Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mercedes. In today's video, I have polishes for Hella Handmade creations for the month of February to share with you all.
Show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet.
Now, if you haven't heard of Hella Handmade Creations, it is a monthly collab between indie makers. They come together every month and they create limited edition items, just like our polish pickup shop that I know a lot of you know very well. But Hella Handmade Creations, instead of this big common theme, they work off of smaller themes that the makers create. So each maker will have the option of picking their own inspiration, their own theme, and then it goes for about like 4 to 6 months with that same theme. So at the end of it, if you pick up all the polishes from a certain brand, you'll have like a mini collection at the end of it. Now these items are limited edition and they can be capped, meaning only a certain amount are created. Now, as for like following the amount of polishes and all of that are available, there is a Facebook page. Now, I wasn't ever sure if products or polishes were restocked after they sold out. In my experience with certain polishes that I really loved, I never saw a restock of certain ones, except for last month. Last month, Owl Lacquer had a polish inspired by the lovely Shadow Daddy from Akatar, so I had to get it. And when I woke up in the morning, it was sold out and I was very sad. Followed the Instagram page and I followed Hella Handmade Creations on the Facebook page, and the maker was able to add more. That was my first time with a maker adding additional products to Hella Handmade. I'm sure it happens all of the time, but I never had that experience to share with you guys. So keep an eye on the maker's Instagram page and on Facebook just to keep in the know. Now, Hella Handmade Creations always opens the 14th of every month and they close on the 21st. This is a pre-order, so once shop closes, you'll get your items within 3 to 4 weeks from that time. Now, I have a lot to share as always, so let's get
First up is Zombie Claw, and this is called Schemin' and Dreaming, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 100 bottles. They are continuing their Powerpuff Girls series. This one's inspired by the villain Sandman. It has an iris purple base with red gold shimmer and hollow flakies. I really enjoyed the formulation down to the color of this polish. This is definitely a more squishier vibe. I'd say like crelly-ish vibe. So I did build it up in 3 coats to get full opacity. I'm going to recommend 3 coats for everybody. It has this really beautiful finish where it gives you sort of this glass mirror-like effect. The hollow flakies, I love how they stand out, how they're up front and really like the first thing you see. And then you see the beautiful shift to like that purpley sort of shade. And then the darker pink with the red. It's so pretty. Pictured are 3 coats of Zombie Claw, Scheming and Dreaming with a glossy top coat. For HHC's 10th anniversary, Zombie Claw is bringing us Hollow, My First Love, priced at $13.50, and it's also capped at 100 bottles. This one is described as a peachy pink base loaded with linear hollow. I absolutely loved the color of this. I didn't even really think it was peachy. I thought it was more of a brown orange shade, which maybe you can say that's peachy. But usually if I were to read a color description that said peachy pink, I'd be like, absolutely not for me, not on my skin tone. So me reading this for the first time and then seeing it on my nails, I'm like, oh, okay, I mean, I guess I can see that. But honestly, this was like a beautiful bronzy shade with an orange, like a dash of orange up in the mix. The linear hollow is so pretty. You guys know majority of the time I'm swatching at night, so we don't have any sunshine, but you can see how it gives you this sort of like icy look. And to me anyways, when I paint my nails with a polish that's a linear hollow and I see that sort of icy look, it's hard to describe other than me calling it icy. Maybe there's another name, but I can see that buildup of the linear hollow, so I know it's going to be fabulous in the sunlight. Pictured are 2 coats of Zombie Claw, Hollow, My First Love with a glossy top coat. Next up is Victorian Varnish, and this is Caligineous. This is priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 300 bottles. And they are continuing their Gothic Windows series. This one is a magnetic polish, as you guys just saw. It has a smoky base, silver green gray magnetic line when magnetized, and reveals an intense green shimmer. This one was very different than the polishes that I own in my collection. What I really love is that like murky green mossy shade in the background that we're getting, and then that really stark, intense, metallic, like silver line that runs throughout. Now I'm going to recommend 2 to 3 for everybody. 3 if you want more of an opaque look. I did 2 coats and I was okay with that on my shorter nails, but I think if you have longer nails, or if you want a more darker base, then you're going to want to do that 3rd coat. But regardless, you're going to get that super stark magnetic strip running throughout. It just is very like space-like. I think of the atmosphere, space, just because of the silver, and then just this really, really pretty backdrop that we're getting with that green shade. Pictured are 2 coats of Victorian Varnish, Caliginius with a glossy top coat. And for HHC's 10th anniversary, Victorian Varnish is bringing us Peace, Love, and Pineapples. Priced at $13, and there's a cap of 300. It is described as a neon pink with a pink, purple, golden aurora shimmer. This one was super, super bright, so neon in its true form. It had an amazing formula. I applied it in 2 coats, and I was very happy with that. I'm going to say 2 to 3 for everybody, depending on how prominent your nail line is and your length and all of that. But what I really, really loved about this polish is that golden aurora shimmer. It's just enough to give you this pretty glow on the nails. It doesn't take away from that bright pink base, but it gives you a lot of depth and dimension and gives you that like sparkling glow from within. This is going to be so pretty for the summertime, or like spring transitioning into summer when you're ready to wear your neons. Pictured are 2 coats of Victorian Varnish, Peace, Love, and Pineapples with a glossy top coat. For HHC's anniversary, Victorian Varnish is also bringing us a salt scrub in the scent Pineapple Coconut. So priced at $12, and there is going to be a cap of 40 of these. So the scent is so good, guys. I love it. If you don't like pineapple or coconut, you're not gonna like it. It's not super strong whatsoever. It is this perfect mild scent of pineapple and coconut. I'll read you the description. It says a tropical blend of cassava melon, lychee juice, sugared pineapple, and it's layered with plumeria blossom and wild hibiscus. It has that little pink scooper. It has this cute little pineapple, and it is this lovely consistency. Now, this is not like the KB Shimmer Scrub. It's not gonna be super harsh. What you're going to do to activate it is just take a little scoop, you put a little bit of water, and then you just rub in circular motions on like damp skin, and it's going to exfoliate but also moisturize as well. Thoroughly enjoyed this. I think you guys will really like it. If you want something for like your spa days, if you do any spa days at home, or just a more gentler moisturizing scrub, this is going to be it. And if you love pineapple coconut, you're going to love this scent. And like I said, it is a very mild pineapple coconut scent, but it's a very lovely, refreshing scent. Victorian Varnish is also bringing us their lavish hand and cuticle cream. This one's in the scent tickled pink, priced at $8.50 and capped at $50. It has a beautiful, lovely scent. It's not too overbearing. There's a sugared pineapples, lychee juice, cassava melon. It has lots of amazing ingredients too. So you have jojoba oil in there, avocado butter, seed oil, lots of other amazing, nourishing ingredients as well. But it goes on with great consistency. It's not too thick or runny, rubs in absolutely amazing, and it leaves your hands non-greasy. It has actually been one of my favorite hand creams for the winter months. Victorian Varnish is also bringing us a lip balm duo. This is if you like pina coladas, $8.50 for both of these, and there's a cap of 20. So the flavors, as you can see, are pineapple and coconut. I didn't open them because I do have other lip balms from Victorian Varnish that I am going through. These same exact ones, again, lots of nourishing ingredients, coconut oil, vitamin E oil. The scent is very light but very heavenly, doesn't linger too long. And oh my goodness, something about these chapsticks, it's like you put it on and it leaves this nice like bouncy velvety feel on your lips, but it's not too sticky, and it's not like those like imitation lip balms / chapsticks where you apply and you I don't know, like a couple hours later you feel like your lips are dry, you need to reapply again. This does not do that. It is very, very nourishing, and I love it. I actually, because I have a couple more, I gifted, well, not even gift, I gave them to my kids so that they can use, because we're in the super cold months right now. And that's how you know the scents aren't overbearing, because you know little kids, at least my little kids, hate when something is too scented. It nourishes their lips, the scents don't bother them. Win-win for me, because I also like the product too. Here we have Sassy Sauce Lacquer, and this is actually the HHC 10th anniversary polish. This one is called A Decade of Decadence. This one is a magnetic polish, priced at $13, and there's a cap of 600 bottles. It is described as a fiery copper red multichrome magnetic with a blue sparkle in the background. Such a simple description for such a beautiful polish. You can see on the second coat, we are still building up that base. It is like this deep navy base, but I also think it's because of those blue glitters in here that is sort of like giving us that navy sort of look on the nail. The magnetic strip is definitely fiery. It has this dash of purple in there, and it could just be the colors mixing in all together. We even get additional lines with the magnetic strip, or I should say additional colors, because we're getting some of that copper yellowy shade. So you see sort of like the layers of the strip, right? You see the red, you see that copper / yellow, and it's like stark on the nails, but then it also like blends in and gives a nice diffuse look across the nail without taking away from that base and that blue sparkle. It's all contrasting, and I love that about this polish. Pictured are 3 coats of Sassy Sauce polish, a decade of decadence with a glossy top coat. Sassy Sauce polish is bringing us Everyday I'm Truffling. This is their monthly offering, priced at $13, and there's a cap of 300, and they are continuing their shoe series. This one's inspired by a chocolate shoe. It is a chocolate base with a copper red shimmer and hollow flame. I remember swatching this and I immediately fell in love. I love a good brown polish. This one, those shimmers, they look like micro flakes, or this looks like large particle shimmer, even though it doesn't say that it is. But to me, I can definitely see that in this polish. Like the shimmers just look larger, but nonetheless, it is so pretty. I love that fiery glow that we get from the red and the copper shimmer. The chocolate base is so pretty. I'm gonna say 3 coats for everybody. This has a very crelly-like finish, but you get a beautiful opaque look on the nails in 3 coats. Pictured are 3 coats of Sassy Sauce polish, Everyday I'm Truffling, with a glossy top coat. Rogue Lacquer is bringing us Hella Hollow, priced at $13, and there is no cap. This is actually the 10th anniversary HHC polish. It is a sapphire hollow glitter with black flakies and purple magenta copper flakies. Rogue Lacquer in the flaky bomb finish is just like true to this brand. I feel like I knew this brand for the flaky bomb polishes before I knew like anything else. They always just do a great job. I did like 2.5 coats, so that 3rd coat I just sort of hovered over just to sort of fill any spots in. If you want a full opaque look, you will get close enough to that on 3 coats. Now keep in mind, this is a like true flaky bomb. So you're not gonna like you might see a little bit of space on your nail because of that. But you guys can see here 3 coats. Like, look at this. It is fully opaque for the most part. We get lovely shifts from all of the different colors that we're seeing from the flakies. I see orange and copper and blue and a little bit of green, red, yellow. So such a fun polish, and then it's all jam-packed with this lovely purple base. I'm going to recommend using a glitter smoother and then a glossy top coat, or just a really thick glossy top coat, so that you get a juicy plump look on the nails. Pictured are 3 coats of Rogue Lacquer, Hella Hollow, with a glossy top coat. Rogue Lacquer is also bringing us Beyond All Reason for their monthly offering, priced at $13, and there is no cap. They are continuing their Emperor's New Groove series, and this one's inspired by, I don't know how to pronounce this name because I never really watched this. Yzma? You guys will see it on the website. This is a creamy purple crelly with satin sapphire shimmer. just wow, guys. The glow, the intensity, the formulation, everything was perfection. If you love a good purple, a good blue, you're really going to love this one. I think especially my purple polish lovers, because it definitely leans more on the purple side. I built it up in 2 coats. I'm going to recommend 2 to 3 for everybody. I feel like this is like so glowy that it gives you that illusion that it glows in the dark. It doesn't, but because of the intense shimmer that we have in here, it's that satin sapphire shimmer that really is stealing the show for this polish. It is beautiful, a polish that I would wear all year round. Pictured are 2 coats of Owl Lacquer Beyond All Reason with a glossy top coat. Next up, I'll be showing you the Duo from Penelope Luz. This is for the 10th anniversary for HHC. The Duo will be priced at $26 and capped at 200 bottles, and 200 together, and you'll see that second one shortly. This one is Surfboard. It is described as a neon blue with blue shimmer. The formulation was amazing. All the polishes I have yet swatched from Penelope Luz have all been amazing with formulation. I built this one up in 2 coats. I'm going to say 2 coats for everybody. You get this beautiful wash of color on the nails. I know it's described as a neon blue, and it's definitely bright. Would I say neon? I don't know, like necessarily neon, but it's definitely a bright shade of blue. You get that lovely wash of shimmer on the nails. Now we have the blue base, and then we have the blue shimmer. So that shimmer just sort of looks like a magical dusting of glitter in there because the colors are so similar, but it does give you that very like glowy from within, the glow from within, and that nice wash of sparkliness across the nail. Pictured are 2 coats of Penelope Luz Surfboard with a glossy top coat. And the second polish in the Duo is called Handmade Art. This one is a magnetic polish, and it's described as a purple, pink, gold magnetic with red microflakies and hollow gold glitters. This one was so fun to work with just because of all of the colors and all of the sparkle in here. On the first coat, we can already see that magnetic strip just making its way on through. Now, just for reference, I usually don't keep the magnet on for very long. If you did, you would get a very stark line with this. But even so, on that second coat, with me only keeping it on for like, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds, I still get a really nice wash of color along the nail. I love how we have that contrasting effect. We get a dark base and a lighter strip across the nail, and then we sort of get like this double magnetic line. I mean, you guys saw I didn't do anything special, but you can see like yellow, you can see pink and orange just running through that magnetic portion, and that lovely like blurple base. Pictured are 2 coats of Penelope Luz Handmade Art with a glossy top coat. And for their monthly offering, Penelope Luz is bringing us Pansy. This one's priced at $13 and capped at 200 bottles, and they are continuing their Flower Symphony series. This one's inspired by pansies. This is a blue-purple multichrome. Such a simple explanation for such a beautiful polish. Again, 2 coats, and I achieved full opacity, amazing formula, no running, no pulling, just the perfect amount of like thickness without being too thick that it dries super quickly or too thin that it's, going to be running all over your nails. But the multi-chrome is subtle enough because you get that lovely shift of color. We can see the blue and the purple, and we sort of get little glimpses of red too, and it's just probably because of those colors mixing together, right? So pretty. This can definitely be paired with a topper, which you guys are going to see this topper that Penelope Luz is also bringing. This one is called Viola. Not sure how to pronounce the second portion, but I'll leave that for you guys. You can purchase this with the previous polish as a duo, but this one is described as a gold magnetic with black flakes and hollow gold glitters. Now you top it over this one, over Pansy, and you get this lovely combo. Sometimes when I get the polishes from Penelope Luz and I see one polish and then I see the topper that is supposed to be going along with it, I'm always like, I don't know if that's gonna work. And every single time it always works, and it blows my mind of how stunning it always looks. I love how we have that dark base and we get that nice gold strip along the nail, but then the gold glitters still stay like dispensed throughout the nail bed. So pretty. I would wear these two as a combo. I wouldn't wear Pansy. You could wear Pansy alone. It's such a pretty multi-chrome. But for me, I'd choose both of them to wear all day. So pictured is 1 coat of Viola over 2 coats of Pansy. Next up, we have Pahlish, and this is Welcome to Stardew Valley. This one is priced at $14, and it does not have a cap. This one is a sheer green base. They are actually starting a new series by Stardew Valley, and this one's described as a sheer green base packed with a metallic pink, copper, green shifting shimmer. Pahlish does shimmer so well. They definitely pack it in there. And even if it's a sheer polish, you build it up in 3 coats, like this one here, and you get such a lovely look on the nail. Now, my shorter nail friends, 3 coats is going to be fine for you. You're going to get that opaque sort of look. But my long nail friends, you may see some nail line because this is a sheer polish, and it is a lighter sort of shade. But I love the darker green base that we're getting. We don't lose it, even though this is packed with lots of shimmer. And then we see the metallic pink, the copper, and the green, sort of like an olivey, swampy green. If you love ugly, pretty colors, I think you're really going to enjoy this one. But the shimmer is so strong. I love all of the sparkle. Pictured are 3 coats of Pahlish. Welcome to Stardew Valley with a glossy top coat. Pahlish is also bringing us a 10th anniversary polish for HHC, and this is You Had Me at Aloha, priced at $14, and there's also no cap. This is described as a sheer silvery gray packed with holographic flakes and candlelit red, copper, green shifting shimmer. I was so in love with this. I love the hollow flakies in here. I love the shifty shimmer, especially for that red copper. I think I really enjoy like red coppery shimmer, specifically red shimmer. I don't know what it is. I think it's just that fiery glow that you get. We definitely get that with this polish. We get this lovely light shade in the background, and then we get that strong shifting shimmer, that red glow from within. It's just very fiery, and it makes it look so pretty. This is definitely a polish that you could wear year round. Very appropriate for any season if you're a seasonal polish wearer. Pictured are 2 coats of Pahlish. You Had Me at Aloha with a glossy top coat. Here we have Jen and Berries, and this is Live Shamed and Die Empty, priced at $13, and there's a cap of 300. They are continuing the Expanse series. This one has a cool black base with subtle blue shimmer, scattered pink, gold, green, large particle shimmer, and tiny blue crystal shifting flakes and holographic flakies. So we have a lot going on, but everything works so well with each other. All the components work with each other. This is definitely a like jelly sort of base. I decided to do like 1 more coat to make it 3, just to sort of even everything out. Sometimes some of my other nails need that 3rd coat just to sort of, even that squishy base. 3 coats was fantastic. I love these shadows that we're getting. You see how you get that dark navy along the like certain angles of the nail, but we're still able to see the components. The crystal shifting flakies look so pretty in here. They just look like they're swimming in a really dark, murky, like swamp. I'm going to recommend 2 to 3 coats for everybody for this polish, but definitely a beautiful one to wear in the winter months. Pictured are 3 coats of Jen and Berries, Live Shamed and Die Empty with a glossy top coat. Here we have Jen and Berries, and they are bringing us a anniversary polish for HHC. This is called Lanikai Sky, priced at $14 and capped at 200 bottles. And hopefully I said that right. I usually try to Google these names before, but I'm trying to get this video out for you guys. I know I'm late. I know. But anyways, this has a blue-green jelly base packed with intense large particle pink gold green shifting shimmer and holographic flakies. This one had a fantastic formulation. It is a jelly base, but I built it up in 2 coats on my shorter nails, and I was fine with that. I think everybody 2 to 3 coats, especially if you have longer nails. But I love the teal base, and the shimmer is just coming on through. It is doing its job. We see pink and golds and green. It is super shifty and very sparkly because of the large particle shimmer, and 2, the holographic flakies that we have in here. Pictured are 2 coats of Jen and Berries, Lanikai Sky with a glossy top coat. Here we have Owl Lacquer, and this is I'm a Delight, priced at $12.40, and there is no cap, and they are continuing their Bob's Burgers series. This one's described as a grade plum crelly filled with multi-chrome flakes that shift magenta, red, copper, and gold. I love the copper and red flakes against this lighter base. I went in for 2 coats with this polish, but I'm going to recommend 2 to 3 for everybody. Looking back now, could I have done a third? Possibly, but I was happy with it in 2 coats on my shorter nails. Maybe like 1 or 2 nails I could have done a third coat, just to sort of even out any patchiness that I had. This is a crelly polish, so again, like a more squishier sort of base. But I thought it was beautiful in 2 coats. We get this very dusty lilac, plummy sort of base color, and then all of those flakies just swimming all throughout the nail, giving us that lovely glow from within and the sparkle. Really loved, I think I said this already, the red copper flakies. I just think it pairs so well with this purple shade. Another all year round polish for me. Pictured are 2 coats of Owl Lacquer I'm a Delight with a glossy top coat. Garden Path Lacquers is bringing us Perfectly Putrefied. They are continuing their Bridgerton Dresses series, and this one's inspired by Prudence and Philippa's vast array of floral gowns. Priced at $13.50, and there is no cap. It is a pale pistachio crelly filled with a mix of purple, green, pink, and yellow matte glitters and green shifting aurora shimmer. I love this one. It is so different than what I own. Specifically, I really liked the like greenish sort of pistachio base. And honestly, for a crelly polish, the formula was amazing. You guys saw I built it up in 2 coats. All of the fun glitters in here. This would be perfect for the summertime, especially springtime. That green shifting aurora shimmer just adds that extra touch to this polish. If it wasn't in here, it would just be just like a regular light green crelly with some glitter mix. But now you have that aurora shimmer, and it definitely made this polish. Pictured are 2 coats of Garden Path Lacquers, Perfectly Putrefied with a glossy top coat. Garden Path Lacquers is also bringing us an anniversary polish for HHC. This is called A Boy for Pele, priced at $13.50, and there is no cap. This one is inspired by the goddess of volcanoes. It is described as a pink jelly base accented with light pink holographic micro glitter, red orange shifting aurora shimmer, pink shifting iridescent aurora flakes, and holographic micro flakes. Oh my, Garden Path Lacquers is just, they keep stealing my heart with these polishes they create. Lovely formulation, built it up in 2 coats. Love the vibrancy of the pink that we're getting here, and I usually wouldn't choose a pink as my first choice for polishes, but this one is so lovely. It doesn't make me look too orangey. I love the shifting shimmer that we have. Again, it has that red orangey shifting shimmer, which gives the polish even more depth and dimension. And then all of the lovely flakies, the hollow micro flakies, the shimmer, all of these components work so well together to give us this beautiful glowy finish. Pictured are 2 coats of Garden Path Lacquers, A Boy for Pele with a glossy top coat. Here we have Cuticula. This is Frozen Memories, priced at $13, and there's no cap. They are continuing their Dreamlight Valley series with this polish that's inspired by the Frozen Memories quest. It is a ocean blue jelly base with green blue lime iridescent flakes, green blue glass flakes, and aqua metallic flakies. And Cuticula knows how to do their flaky polishes, guys. I usually build them up in 3 coats, and I'm completely fine with that because we always get a glorious finish on the nails. None of the components get hidden. It just gives an opportunity for us to really see our base color, right? But also see all of the components that are listed. I think my favorite part of this polish are those lime iridescent flakies. They're just enough to give us some color contrast, and we get this lovely glossy mirror-like finish on the nails. The blue base is so bright and fun, and I love how it almost sort of shifts to like a teal base at certain angles because of those lime iridescent flakies in there. Thoroughly enjoyed this one. I think because of all the flakies, you may want to use a glitter smoother or just a really thick glossy top coat as well. Pictured are 3 coats of Cuticula, Frozen Memories with a glossy top coat. Cracked Polish is bringing us Fairy Tale Fog, priced at $13, and is a cap of 500 bottles. They are continuing their Down the Indie Rabbit Hole series. and this one's inspired by mystic winds in a fairy tale. This one is described as a blurple base that has a mix of blue and purple shimmers, and it has like this flash of blue in there as well. Now, this one had a lovely formulation. I love how Cracked Polish has been giving us so many different finishes. Now, I built this one up in 3 coats. I'm going to say 2 to 3 for everybody, just depending on your preference. But I thought that 3rd coat just wrapped everything together, gave us this glorious opaque look on the nails. That blue and purple shimmer is jam-packed in here, and it runs all throughout all of the nails. We have so many like glowy from within, like that glit from within. Lots of those polishes this month in HHC. I love the dusty purple vibes that we get. I feel like I'd wear this one all year round just because I feel like it's that in between dusty vibes. We can get away with wearing it in the winter, or bright enough because of the blue and purple shimmer so that we can wear in the summertime. Pictured are 3 coats of Cracked Polish, Fairy Tale Fog with a glossy top coat. Cracked Polish is also bringing us a polish for the HHC anniversary. This one is called Hidden Lagoon, priced at $13, and there's a cap of 500 bottles. This one is described as a juicy mint crelly that has pink and gold iridescent shimmer. This one was definitely more on the sheer side, but it still had an amazing formula and it built up beautifully. You can see on that first coat we get a lovely minty wash on the nail. On the second coat, we really start building up that mint green base. The shimmers in here are so dainty and pretty, but they leave a party-like feel on the nails just because of all of the beautiful different colors. I did 2 coats for this polish. If you want a more deeper base, you can definitely go in for a 3rd coat, but I thought 2 coats was so pretty. It gives me like the Princess and the Frog vibes because of that like lighter wash of green for our base. But this was such a pretty dainty polish. Honestly, I wonder how it would look if you used it as a topper. Probably really, really pretty. I didn't show that off to you guys, but because that first coat was so sheer, I wonder how it would look over a darker base. Probably really beautiful. Pictured are 2 coats of Cracked Polish, Hidden Lagoon with a glossy top coat. BCB Lacquers is bringing us Slump on these lumps, priced at $13.50, and they are continuing their Adventure Time series. This one's inspired by Lumpy Space Princess. It is a warm-toned lilac crelly with a strong pink, orange, gold, green shifting shimmer. This one had a great formula. You can see on the first coat, it went on sheer, but we could still see a lot of that lilac base. And then on the second coat, I got full opacity for my shorter nails. I love the shifty shimmer in here. It gives us this nice wash of color to give us some dimension on the nail. I'm going to recommend 2 to 3 coats for everybody, just depending on your preference. I love these sort of lilac tones. I'm always really drawn to them. I think I've said this before, but I'm always really drawn to them. That pink and purple blend of color. I always feel like, I think what it was is that I fell in love with like a cream polish way back when I first got into polish, and it was this shade, and for whatever reason it's just something that I always like to gravitate towards. It's such a pretty color that if I want to wear something neutral or nude, for me, then these are the sort of shades that I reach for. Of course, it needs to have some sort of like shimmer and fun, and this one definitely has that one. Pictured are 2 coats of BCB Lacquers, Slump on these lumps with a glossy top coat. BCB Lacquers is also bringing us an HHC anniversary polish, and I am not going to pretend like I know how to pronounce this, but I'll leave it on the screen for you guys. This is a thermal polish priced at $13.50 and capped at 300 bottles. It is a bright red when cold to a clear when it's in its warm state, with pink, orange, gold, green glass flakes and purple red multichrome flakies. Ooh, this one was a stunner. If you love red polish, you are going to enjoy this one. This one was chock full of flakies, so on application, just be careful. Make sure you are waiting for each coat to dry before you go in for the next, or you're gonna have a difficult time with the flakies shifting and your polish being all gloopy. But wow, look at the flakies. They are just sandwiched in so perfectly among all of the layers of polish. and then you guys will see it when it's in its warmer state as well, which I absolutely loved. I've been really big on thermals lately. We do see like the clearer state, but we also get, once it starts to transition back, a sort of pinky vibe, pinky peachy vibe. But we can see the flakies even more, specifically more the black flakies, or the darker like green flakies. But definitely a fave of mine. Pictured are 2 coats of BCB Lacquers. Can't say the name, with the glossy top coat. Dumm Pahlish is bringing us a polish for the HHC anniversary. This one is called Aloha Kitty, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 300 bottles. This one's described as a muted pastel green with pink, orange, gold shifting shimmers. We have on the first coat this lovely wash of color on the nails. Ignore the fuzzy here. But on that second coat is when we really start seeing that base color build up. The orange and gold and pink shifting shimmers is very strong and prominent in this polish, or it just does a great job with the contrasting, right? Because we have 2 completely different colors. But I absolutely adored this. It gave me like these Prugly vibes, which you all know I love the Prugly polishes. But you can see how another polish with that glow from within, that lit from within. Lots of these, like I mentioned, this month. But we get that lovely wash of shimmer on the nails, and then the beautiful sort of dustier, like pastel green for our base. Pictured are 2 coats of Dumm Pahlish, Aloha Kitty with the glossy top coat. And the last polish is from Dumm Pahlish. This is called Hawaii, priced at $13.50, capped at 200 bottles. They are continuing their bucket list destinations theme with Hawaii. This one has a pink jelly base with teal blurple shifting shimmer. This one on the first coat went on a glorious. We get this very like metallic, like chromy finish. That blue or that blurple shifting shimmer is very intense. It is like chock full in this polish. So we get this lovely wash of like pinky purple on the nail, and then lots of intense blue, green, well, teal shifting shimmer in here. I think honestly the star of the show is the shimmer, and the base is just sort of hanging out like, I'm pretty, but I'm sitting back because this shimmer is taking over. Pictured are 2 coats of Dumm Pahlish, Hawaii with a glossy top coat.
Oh my goodness. I have so many polishes that were really standouts for me. So I grouped them together with polishes that I really love and polishes that I wanted to mention because they were just standouts for me. So I'll start out with my loves. First one being from BCB Lacquers. I don't know how to pronounce this, so I'm not going to. But you guys saw it swatched already. This was the anniversary shade. It is a thermal, but I have been enjoying thermals on my shorter nails because I love the stark transition. I usually don't get a lot on the tips because obviously I have shorter nails, but I get like a wide transition on my whole nail bed, which I really like. Loved this in its cold state because the flakies on point and they're just so vibrant, and I also enjoyed it in the warmer state too. I have Jen and Berries, and this is Lanikai Sky. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I don't know if I am, but it's one of the 10th anniversary, so this is one of the anniversary polishes. Love myself a good green polish. Look at that glowy shift we see here and the hollow flakies. I feel like this is a beautiful polish that I can wear into the spring as it transitions to a little bit warmer, maybe like the end of February, beginning of March. And then also in the fall time, I can see myself wearing this one. Sassy Sauce Lacquer. This is Everyday I'm Truffling. Love a good brown. The formula for this was fantastic. I didn't have any issues with it. And I love how the components are very like jam-packed into this polish. They still stand out, but I feel like they're just seamless across the nail. It's a very pretty polish. And then my last love is from Pahlish, and this is You Had Me at Aloha, another one of the anniversary shades, but it was just so pretty on the nail. It gave this beautiful flush of color without making my hands look like mannequin hands. And then that glow, and then that shift was like just enough. This was beautiful in the sunlight. So I feel like this would be wonderful in the summertime, or if you're just looking for maybe something a little bit more nude that has a lot of glow to it in like the winter to give yourself a break from like darker colors, this would be it. Now polishes that were standouts to me that I want to mention. The first one being from Zombie Claw. Oh, I love this one so much, but I feel like I may have something similar, so that's why it's not like a love of mine, but I enjoyed it thoroughly as a full manicure on the nails. Cracked Polish, and this is a Fairy Tale Fog. Oh gosh, this was just so velvety and lovely on the nails. Cracked Polish has an amazing formula, so I wasn't surprised that it applied buttery smooth. And again, with like the smoky, intense glow that this one has, it was just so pretty. Victorian Varnish, this is Peace, Love, and Pineapples. Vibrant and in charge. This is like a summer polish, or if you're not a seasonal polish wearer like me, then you're gonna love this any time of the year. But it was just so bright and lovely. Again, I feel like I may have something like this, so that's why it wasn't in like my loves. Doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it, because I did. But again, like if you don't have anything like this, then you may want to pick it up and give it a try. Cuticula, and this is Frozen Memories. Now, if you haven't tried a Cuticula flaky polish, I don't know where you've been. This is your sign to try them out, because they're fantastic. I usually have to build up Cuticula polishes in about 3 coats, but I'm okay with that. I love how we're able to layer, because it gives a chance for all of the components in the bottle to shine through instead of one overpowering the other. All right, guys, that is all that I have for you today. Let me know what you are planning on picking up, your must-haves. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.